Hey guys, Scott from Aristocob.com here.
And Seth from StreakingPastor.com.
Together, the three of us, we are Markwood Men's Breakfast Club. And welcome back for Tobacco Advent Day 3.
4.
What?
4.
December 3rd. I've got to stop looking at the calendar. That's my problem. Day 4. Man, right. It's messing me up.
Yeah. I see that.
So we were gonna talk about the tobacco we smoked yesterday, which was a Peretti blend, right?
I don't know. Yeah,
it was a Peretti. It was a Black Cavendish vanilla.
Black Virginia.
Black Virginia.
Yep.
It was all right. I mean, both of us, we talked about this after. I kept smoking mine. Seth was finding it a little bit bitter. You said, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. It was a little bit harsher than the tobacco we had the day before. It's not an English. It's not a strong tobacco, but it was a bit bitter.
It reminded me a lot of Captain Black that came out, or the Dark that came out this year. It was a Black Cavendish with just a hint of vanilla.
Captain Black.
It's a black. All right, so today's cornament, if I had just read on the bottom of this, what's it say?
Day 4.
Day 4.
But you didn't have the cornament,
I know. What are we smoking, boy?
Today we are smoking Reiner blend, number 25, green label, from Nathan Campbell. This is the third day in a row I think we've talked about Nathan Campbell. Somehow has weaseled his way into Tobacco Advent.
Why shouldn't we talk about Nate?
Manufacturer description. A tobacco blend of noble distinction.
Sweet.
So wears a hat and a monocle. A tobacco mixture of bright Virginias, light black Cavendish, and particularly of toasted burley. A slightly nut flavor contributes to flair of fine nobleness. My nut flavors have always contributed to nobleness. You can't take me anywhere.
All right, it smells very fruity, quite a bit different than what we smoked the last couple days.
Oh, yeah, it does.
So that's usually my style.
I still haven't figured out this pen.
That's a cool pen. Fast cap product. It's designed for transferring something if you want to measure or lay out a part on a piece of wood. You know, using a pencil or using a pen, it can be difficult to get nice and tight against the object that you're tracing. With that very fine tip marker, you can get awfully close.
How are you getting your letters, your ink so dark?
I'm holding it straight down.
Oh, gravity.
Mm-hmm.
Nate, my name looks just like a big squish, but it's fine.
It looked like
it's fine.
Tobacco we smoked last year, the Blabberbly.
It's fine. You'll know it's me.
All right. This I like. I'm liking it.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
You're not supposed to say until tomorrow.
Whoops.
Take it back.
So here we go. Question of the day. What was your favorite tradition as a child? Not your tradition now, but as a kid yourself. What was your favorite tradition? I got this one in the bag.
Christmas tradition?
Favorite Christmas tradition.
See, it doesn't say that.
I didn't say that. The paper says that.
Huh. Well,
favorite Christmas tradition as a child. Christmas Eve.
You're going to steal mine.
Well,
because you paid it forward.
Yeah, I did. Christmas Eve was always such a blast. All the gifts were under the tree, except for the gifts that were brought by that fat dude, and on Christmas night. And we got to open one Christmas gift from under the tree. And those were gifts that were given from each other, right? So we were opening a gift. I had 4 sisters, still do. parents, and by that time there were other things under the tree from cousins and family. And the rule was it had to be a small gift. You couldn't open the one that looked like a BB gun. And that if you accidentally poked your finger through it, felt a lot like a BB gun. And we would sit around and
you'd get to open the box with the BBs though, and have those the night before.
That actually happened one year. I thought I was being very clever, and I picked a very small but incredibly heavy package, and I'm thinking this has got to be something pretty darn special. Yeah, it was like a bunch of AA batteries or C-cell batteries. Now the next day I did get a cassette tape player. So, yeah, that was exciting. But I went to bed that night with visions of Duracell dancing in my head. And that was way, way before Duracell, so no, that wouldn't have been the case. Anyway, Dad would read the Christmas story out of the Bible, and Dad would also read 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. And, of course, we were doing, drinking things like hot chocolate or eggnog or, things that were very Christmassy. And for us, that was just such a magical time, and of course we had to get to bed so Santa could come, and which made it very difficult to sleep. That, to me, that would be the tradition, just the whole family lead up to Christmas Day that took place on Christmas Eve.
See, as a child, I think the traditions that you appreciate are a little bit different than as adults. As a child, I appreciated presents. I always thought it was cool. We would somehow always be traveling either Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. It felt like, and so I always thought it was cool that while everyone else was having to eat, I don't know, turkey and ham and home cooking, we got to eat Chinese buffet because we were on the road, and that was always
it really became part of our tradition.
Yeah.
You're right about that. Which we always felt very apologetic about that. But, it's funny when we talk about with the kids. I was lamenting one time about how I really wish that my kids had been able to experience the kind of summer vacations that we used to get as kids. My dad would take some time off. He was in the Air Force. We had a camper, and we would travel across the country to visit my grandparents. I had grandparents that lived in Texas and lived in Colorado. And then wherever we were living at the time, it would become this big triangle. And I remember telling the kids, years later about how disappointed I was that they didn't get to have the neat summers that I had. And man, they slapped back hard and they said, "What are you talking about? We loved our summers." And then they started listing all the things that were significant to them that they got to do in the summer that were really a part of their tradition. It's like, wow, I really never thought that those things that I thought were second best were the best that they ever had. And so good to remember as you think about the things that you do for Christmas to build traditions in your family, that even if they aren't your ideal, if you stick with them, they become special to people.
Yeah, and if you don't, it's really easy as parents to let your, sadness at not meeting the expectations that you set for yourself, to let that creep into the holidays. And, as long as you're recognizing that your kids, they're with you, they're having fun, they're happy. That's really the most important thing, and you can make a good experience out of anything.
So you can obsess over the fact that you didn't get the ears attached to the wooden rocking horse, right. But let's step back for a moment and realize you built a wooden rocking horse with inlay. Has no ears, but otherwise pretty awesome rocking horse.
Yep. No sign language, though, so it's okay. It's hard to sign with hooves.
The horse knows sign language?
Yes. Because he can't hear me.
I
didn't know sign language. It was a long course.
I don't know if you noticed this. I can't hear him either, but that's because he's a little horse.
Dad joke! All right, that's enough. I can't take any more. I got to get away. So thank you guys for watching.
Thank you, Nathan, for the tobacco.
Thank you. Make sure to remember that there's also a full-length Markwood Men's Breakfast Club video posted today. So check that out if you want to, or save it for later. Whatever.
Whatever that fits your tradition.
That's right. You guys have a great day. We will see you tomorrow morning. Same time, same channel. Bye.